Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Psych Talk. Today I will talk about procrastination. So, have you ever found yourself staring at a task, knowing it's important, but choosing to do literally anything else instead? Well, you're not alone. Procrastination affects all of us, and whether it's putting off homework, delaying a big project at work, or avoiding, going to the gym. But why do we do this? And more importantly, how can we stop? So today we're diving deep into the psychology of procrastination, the science, the emotions, and the strategies to break free from this habit. Let me start by saying that procrastination isn't just laziness, it's more of a complex psychological behavior that is rooted in our brain's wiring. And here are some key insights. So let's go through each one of them. First of all, we have temporal discounting. So our brains tend to prioritize immediate rewards over future benefits. So for example, let's say you're on a diet and there is, a cookie in front of you, and the immediate reward will be eating the cookie, and the future benefit will be, your weight goal, if you don't eat the cookie. But in the moment, even though you know that your future goal is, weight loss or whatever it is, you're still prioritizing the immediate reward, which is eating the cookie. But a better example for procrastination that is more related to procrastination will be watching a YouTube video now feels more rewarding than completing a task with a payoff later. 2, the role of dopamine. So dopamine, it's the brain's reward chemical, and obviously it drives our desire for instant gratification. It what keeps us motivated to do something, what gives us motivation. And the procrastination often happens when the thought of starting a task doesn't trigger enough dopamine to motivate us. 3, the fight between the two selves. So procrastination can be viewed as a conflict between your present self, who wants comfort, and your future self, who values long-term goals. And unfortunately, the present self often wins. What is interesting is that there are different types of procrastinators. So not all procrastinators are the same. And recognizing your type can help you tackle procrastination more effectively. So the first one is perfectionist. So what a perfectionist does is that he or she avoids tasks due to fear of not meeting high standards. And the strategy will be setting realistic goals and focus on progress over perfection. So they want that assignment or, work project, whatever it is, to be so perfect that, they never end up finishing it or doing it, etc. And then we have the overwhelmed avoider. Basically, that individual feels paralyzed by the size of the task. And the strategy will be break tasks into smaller, manageable steps. And obviously, you don't have to do the entire task in one day or in an hour, but if we break it down, maybe we do, Monday we do 30 minutes of that task, and then Tuesday we do other 30 minutes, etc., etc. The 3 is the thrill seeker. So the thrill seeker delays tasks for the adrenaline rush of the last minute deadlines. And they feel like they have that motivation to finish all the tasks that they have to do in the last minute, like literally. And a strategy will be setting artificial deadlines to mimic that thrill earlier. And then we have the indecisive. So the indecisive struggles to start due to analysis paralysis. And a strategy will be using decision-making frameworks like pros and cons lists. And obviously we have an emotional side of procrastination. So procrastination Often that stems from emotional avoidance rather than time management issues. And here's what's happening beneath the surface. So we have this fear of failure. So procrastinators may delay the project, the task, to protect themselves from potential disappointment. Then we have anxiety. So the thought of starting a task can feel overwhelming, leading to avoidance as a coping mechanism. Then we have the shame spiral. So delaying tasks often leads to guilt, which feeds further procrastination. And a solution will be practicing self-compassion instead of berating yourself for procrastinating, and acknowledge your feelings and start fresh. So here are some hacks that are science based that can help you with procrastination. One will be the 2-minute rule. So if a task takes less than 2 minutes, just do it immediately. And this builds momentum and reduces the mental load. Number 2, time blocking. So schedule specific times for tasks to eliminate decision fatigue. And then we have the Pomodoro technique. So work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break, repeat, and this reduces the feeling of overwhelm. Then we have the visualization of success. So imagine how completing the task will feel, and this boosts motivation and clarity. And then reward yourself. So for example, treat yourself to a favorite snack after 30 minutes of focused work. And now let's do something together. Think of one task you have been avoiding and pause this podcast and spend just 2 minutes working on it. You might find that starting is the hardest part, but once you do it, it's easier to keep going. And if you do this, share your experience with us on social media or in the comment section. And that is it for this episode. So again, procrastination is a universal struggle. We have different type of procrastinators. The one that wants everything to be so perfect that they never start doing it or finishing it. Then the one that actually gets that adrenaline rush at the last minute if they completed the task at the last minute before the deadline. Then we have the one that is so indecisive and doesn't know where to start and overanalyzes everything. Then we have the one that gets overwhelmed and feels paralyzed by, the task because it seems so big. And so we have all these little things that we can do to help us not procrastinate. And so it might be hard at the beginning, but with practice, little by little, you're going to get used to it. And remember, small steps lead to big changes. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We are called Psych Talk Pod. And I'll see you on my next episode.